Well, here I am at one of California's 100 or more community colleges. This is Sierra College, and this was once famous for being where the 49ers practiced in their preseason. And the second time I rode a bicycle across the United States, in the summer of 1991, I decided right before I made it home to the Bay Area after coming from New York City that I should come in here and check it out. And things went incredibly well. I came to this doorway here where behind me was the office for the 49ers. R.C. Owens, Dwight Clark, all those guys. I think R.C. Owens was running it. And I stood out here with my bicycle. Dwight Clark walked by, which was cool. And then R.C. Owens came up and said, "What are you doing, son?" And I said, "Well, I'm from the Bay Area. I'm a 49er fan. But I just rode my bicycle here from New York City." And he said, "Well, god darn, follow me." And he took me into his office and he sat me down. And he was the most gracious host I could ever imagine, the sweetest man ever. And after a little while, he said, "Well, you know, we're done for the day today, but I can give you a VIP pass for tomorrow. And meanwhile, it's KGO Day. Would you like to come in and tell all these sponsors from KGO about your trip?" So I did. I went into this room and talked to all the KGO people about having ridden my bicycle across the United States for a good cause, and so on. And then the next day I came out as a VIP to watch the 49ers practice, and that was a cool experience. The field that they used is gone. There's a new football field here, and the name Buzz is on the field, and I think that's the Buzz that is also, I hear he passed away, but I'm guessing it's the same Buzz that owns part of the Sacramento Kings. And I happened to have met him a couple years ago at my job in Hawaii in a fancy hotel. And Buzz told me, "Hey, send me an email. I'll get you into a Kings game." And what a nice guy. I never took him up on that, but still the nicest thing you can imagine. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure this is where that all went down. I think it was this doorway. It's been 30 years since the summer of 91. But I'm pretty sure this is where Dwight Clark walked by, and then R.C. Owens took me into his office and rolled out the red carpet. Now, the other interesting thing that happened that day, or the next day, when I came to practice, well, there were a couple things. I got to go through the lunch line in the cafeteria, which is straight up here, and that was cool. I had Bubba Paris on one side and Tom Rathman on the other, going through the lunch line, and that was just its own incredible little moment, you know what I'm saying? And then and backing it up to the practice field, the coolest thing, this is one of my best memories, and it really speaks to the quality of Jerry Rice's character. Okay, so after practice, all the players were coming off the field, and there was I was on the VIP side, so I was amongst the players, and they were signing. I had been on the cover of the Auburn Journal for riding a bicycle cross country, so I was having the 49ers sign that cover. It's pretty cool. To this day, it's framed and on my wall. But you know, there was a fence keeping the public away from the players, and at that fence was just a bunch of kids looking for autographs. Some of the players stopped. A lot of them walked by, didn't even bother to take a moment to sign an autograph. And then Jerry Rice walks by, and he stopped and signed every autograph. And he spent as much time as it took to make sure that everyone at the fence got a piece of his love. So that is just a great story about Jerry Rice, how he is not only a better player than everybody in history, but he's a better person than most every football player in history as well, or all of us. He's just a good guy. Anybody who, makes it big and never forgets where they came from is a guy with character. like Jerry Rice. Anyway, this is the beautiful campus at Sierra College. And this is where the 49ers used to have their training camp when they were still, you know, a bunch of blue-collar hard workers that lived in dorms at a community college. I'm sure their facilities are much nicer now, and so on. Anyway, and this is where the cafeteria is. I'm pretty sure this is where I went through the lunch line with these guys. Anyway, it's not the most beautiful place in the country to see, but it's a good story. And I've been telling it ever since. And yeah, just think, if you're a person who would like to go back to school, schools like this are perfect for you. What a beautiful campus. Anyway, I went to a different community college, but I'm no less a fan of all of them. So, thanks for listening. Have a great day, and let's go see some place that's super beautiful somewhere. I think I'm gonna head up back into Gold Country. Anyway, aloha.